Hello everyone, it's been quite a while, but I've decided I'm going to start doing this again. Admittedly, I can't quite remember how I'm supposed to open these, so let's just go for it. This fic is called My Little Star, and it's by Bane-Black. It's a Percy Jackson, Perpollo, Percy / Apollo fic. It's, I don't know, it's heart comfort, it's sweet, it's good, I enjoy it. Summary. Apollo turned to him when he finally noticed his rather dramatic appearance and threw him a pleading glance. Before going back to his son, just as he was about to take a moment to wonder if he wanted help or for him to leave, when a yell from Will obliterated any willpower to leave. It had started as a joke. He had been looking after one of Apollo's youngest while he was sick, and seeing this, Will had jokingly called him Camp Mum, which was funny until the little ones latched onto it. And then suddenly everyone was calling him Mum. For the first couple of days he was hesitant, but soon fell into his role, looking after them when they were sick, holding them, and most importantly, loving them. He had assumed the gods knew as this sort of thing. He had assumed the gods knew as it wasn't a secret, and things like this always seemed to spread like wildfire. It became apparent that the gods didn't know on a late Thursday evening while he was taking a stroll just to clear his head when he felt a sudden tightness in his chest. A tightness that came every time one of his kids needed him. He was jogging towards the cause of the tightness before he even realized he was moving, then suddenly burst into a sprint when he realized he was heading towards the infirmary. He threw the doors open with a crash, only to be greeted by the sight of the boy who had caused the whole Camp Mum thing. Will. He was thrashing, sobbing, and hyperventilating, caused by what he knew from past experiences with Will was likely a nightmare. Beside Will was surprisingly Apollo. He was shushing him and assuring him that while she wasn't here, he was, and that he would be there for as long as he needed him. Apollo turned to him when he finally noticed his rather dramatic appearance, and threw him a pleading glance. His rather dramatic appearance, and threw him a pleading glance before going back to his son. Just as he was about to take a moment to wonder if he wanted help or for him to leave, when a sudden yell from Will obliterated any willpower to leave. Mum! The tightness in his chest confirmed that he was talking about him, which was surprising considering Will only called him such jokingly, but it certainly explained the mystery she. He moved quickly, taking place next to Apollo to attempt to comfort him. Shh, come on, little star. It's all right. I'm here. I'm here now. I'm sorry it took me so long, but I'm here. He took a moment to brush the hair out of his little star's face, which luckily caught his attention. His eyes finally snapping open to look at him, which resulted in him choking on what may have been a hiccup, or perhaps a sob, and calming considerably. He called out to him in a shaky voice, Mum, please, hold me, sing to me, please. He glanced back at Apollo, hoping that he wasn't mad, only for his gaze to be filled with not anger as he was expecting, but something akin to wonder, or perhaps awe. He took that as permission to climb into the infirmary bed, maneuvering Will to lay on his chest. It was obvious he was uninjured, so he had likely fallen asleep whilst taking inventory again. He took a moment to start gently stroking his hair before he began to sing, You Are My Sunshine. He took the time to gently lower his voice as he calmly lulled the boy in his arms into a deep slumber. He glanced up at Apollo to find him looking utterly besotted. You sounded stunning. I'm almost jealous it wasn't directed at me." He fluttered his eyelashes at him, and he could see where this was going. "Well, if you found it that impressive, I'd be happy to serenade you at, say, 8 o'clock tomorrow in your palace." He couldn't help it. He felt as though he would do anything to keep that look on Apollo's face. Apollo blinked for a moment before smirking at him. "I'd be overjoyed with the company, and well, if the children are already calling you Mum, maybe we can work towards making it official, don't you think?" Absolutely. Although he was confident in what he said and did, he couldn't keep the blush off his cheeks if he tried. Apollo just seemed vaguely amused by it before flashing away, leaving him alone with Will. He took a moment to consider his options before ultimately deciding settling and going to sleep. He didn't want Will to wake up alone in the morning. Well, that was that. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, it's been a while, so it might be a little shaky, but hopefully I'll get back into the rhythm. The link to the fic should be in the description. And if you have any suggestions or any requests, etc., I'd be happy to read them. So thank you for watching. I hope I'll see you again, and goodbye. Goodbye.